to look through. I thought, I don't know if you see this, my chair is slowly lowering to the ground. Just happened.
Mine got stuck.
I was trapped.
Yeah.
I feel like I was in like Austin Powers or something. And suddenly I'm just like, okay. We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Oh, my nose is itchy, sorry. Ms. Karen, do you want to do, should I hear Dave? Oh, okay, perfect. Do we have somebody who can do minutes then, or take notes? I can do it.
How thorough did okay.
As long as you get everybody's names and what happens, we'll be okay. And you can read your own handwriting, because that is my problem. ADHD cursive is not the easiest. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. We have me. I'm here. Karen is not here today. Alexandra's here. Cassie is here. Conley's here. Debbie's here. Joe's here. And Kristen's here. Did you cover Kristen or Kristen?
Kristen.
Okay. Just making sure I didn't.
I mean, whatever.
I'm not gonna call you whatever.
That's the most people pleaser thing I've ever
Right?
heard.
You call me anything that you want.
You can call Bruce. It's fine.
You can call me Flower. Again, there it is again. Perfect. Okay, so we're all here. I just need a motion to approve the agenda for tonight.
I motion to approve the agenda.
Thanks, Alexander. And then we have a second.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Cassie. Perfect. Okay. Do you have a second to look over the minutes? Does anybody have any questions, or if you hadn't had a chance, definitely take a.
I just passed them out, so
Okay,
I hadn't had
that's
a
okay.
chance. They were stacked
Thank
over
you.
here.
My child had a bedazzled jewel stuck in his ear.
Oh.
Got to go to the NT today.
Oh, what? A
Bedazzled sticker jewel.
How big was that?
Huge, but like, I mean, just enough.
Wow.
It was fun. It was fast. It is. Way to go.
Your bill's gonna be $300.
Hey, for the 3 minutes that there, I was like, oh, here you go. Hmm. Anybody have any questions, or still need a minute to? I just kind of skimmed mine, but I've seen it before. So. Everybody good? All right, can I get a motion to approve the minutes, please, in a second?
I will make a motion to approve it.
And I will second that motion.
Ah, there you go. We have the motion, Alexander has a second, perfect. Okay, so we're in old business with the bike station. Yay. Did you have any other conversations with that person?
Well, I thought Thomas was gonna reach out, and I have not heard from anybody.
Okay, I know Matt had forwarded that over to them and the information and stuff, so he just might not have done that yet, so I can follow up with that as well.
placement probably will be over by the, parking, conveniently located, but I don't know anything more than that as far as what we can do.
Yeah, we can do, I mean, obviously that's gonna be the places probably most people are gonna see it,
Utilize
utilize
it.
it,
Mhm.
yeah, absolutely.
Did everyone vote on the minutes?
We did.
We did?
We didn't have to, but we did a approval.
Oh, okay,
That's
I didn't
approval.
hear that, I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
I just heard the second.
No, it's okay, you're totally fine.
Is there something that?
Keep us on track, was there something that was, okay.
I'm
good.
good.
Sure, we didn't miss something on there, so I was making, okay. I think what Matt had said on the bike thing, I had just texted him, because I had asked to make sure I didn't miss something from Karen. He said that they had sent the information to the attorney to see if there was any liability on our end for stuff we
Okay.
do, and that's what they're waiting on,
Okay.
for the return for that, so. As soon as we got that back, then we should be able to have that as
Move
part of the
forward.
conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Alright.
So they're waiting for approval or?
Yeah, I think what they had discussed with the attorney was just to make sure there's not any kind of like liability or how we need to accept that, and then, when the placement and all that kind of stuff happens, so what.
Everything looks above board.
Yeah, everything looks okay, as far as the actual equipment itself and what liability we have with that, if something happens, like if that breaks somebody's bike or something, what is the city's responsibility if that is the situation? They just wanna understand it all, prior to just saying, sure, we'll have that and put it out there. That makes sense.
Well, is it some sort of, does it need to be hooked up to any type of, compressed air?
I don't believe so, that one did not, I think
Manual pump, isn't
it's got a manual, I think you pump it with your foot, if I remember right, on it, so
Oh,
it shouldn't need any
okay.
electricity or anything like that, I think it's more just making sure that before we put anything else out there, that we know the ins and outs of it, for that, so. Okay. So then we'll be on new business, so that's kind of our main focus for tonight, so the one thing, back that I got back, especially from city council, so if you were in any of the meetings, was that obviously everybody really wants us to have an idea of what we're doing, that's kind of why we're pushing so hard to try to get something as quick as we can, but as efficiently, as we can at the same time, so, which is why I had kind of tasked, Cassie and Kristen and Conley, to try to see if we can come back today, so we can get as much information today, so at least my goal for today, what I'd like to have happen is for us to be able to have a company that we want to at least move forward with tonight, if we can, if that's a possibility. I'm not saying that for certain that we're all gonna be able to look at this and go, yeah, we absolutely want this company, we're gonna have them come out and give us a specific, thing moving forward. But in the thought of really wanting to keep us moving on this, I want us to try to get as far as we can on this, so unless we have a major objection or something that we can't possibly agree on, I'd like to try to figure out if one of these two companies, we have 30 companies, two companies? Four, that we would like out of the four, that we can move forward to get an actual, bid and start the process with them. Does that make sense? So if you do, like, absolutely please say, like, I don't like anybody or whatever, we'll have that discussion. But what I would like is to give the floor to that committee, and let you all share with us all the information. Do you have a preference on whether you share the information about the company, then we ask questions about that, or whether it's wait till the very end?
So I think what makes sense to me, and you guys can disagree, would be to go by company. I have papers for all of them,
Yeah.
and then we can, I thought each of us, because we talked to different people,
Mm-hmm.
so we can talk about the ones that we've spoken with, kind of maybe what we've liked about them, or what we feel like maybe sets them apart a little bit,
Sure.
and then maybe kind of what they have to offer, and go from there. Because we have very traditional playground equipment, and then we have very non-traditional playground equipment options. So, yeah.
Okay, I think so after each one is presented, maybe we have our questions after each one's presented, and that way we can keep it all concise.
Yeah.
And then move forward.
And that's why I didn't hand everything out, so I
No,
didn't want
that's
us to
okay.
get confused,
Yeah.
like, oh, which is which.
Who's got what? Okay,
Yes.
perfect, I'm gonna give that to you guys, and y'all can lead where how you want to.
Kristen, do you want to start since yours is already handed out, or I can start if you'd like me to?
You go right ahead.
Okay. Yep. So I have two,
Okay.
which are very different, but I will start with the one that's on top for me, so. The first company that I talked to is called Play by Design, and they are the ones who installed the park in Augusta, the Castle Park. And Castle Park is actually what they call a second generation playground, so they went into Castle Park and, I think there's two there, maybe two.
Oops, yes, yes.
I think there are a lot of extra copies. And utilized, or not utilized, went with, because Castle Park was a park that was previously present in, everybody go to John.
Jenny, you want a copy?
Yes, please.
Have a follow
That'd be great.
I have so many,
I'll
Matt
get it, Joe.
printed me so many.
Just in case. You have one.
Anyway, Castle Park was one that already existed, and so they went in and they just recreated it essentially. So that was what they call second gen. So what they make are what they consider destination playgrounds.
Mhm.
And they do it a little bit different, so I don't have a bid from them because they don't do that.
Okay.
So what they do, and it's on the second page, is that they actually would come into, I almost said Wichita, they live in Kechi. They would come here and they would have a big gathering in the park, and we would invite the entire town, and their designers, they said one or two, would talk to anyone who wanted to come talk to them. People from Kechi, people from Park City, people from like the surrounding county, anyone who uses our park could come and talk to them about what their vision is and what like they would like to see in the park. They especially like to talk to kids in communities where there are elementary schools, which we don't obviously have. They actually go to the school and talk to the kids at the school. And then they come and hide themselves away for 12 hours, and then they come back and they have a giant party in the park and show the community their design, essentially. So I included two of the pictures. The first two pictures from them are Castle Park, that's in Augusta. And then some of them are just their other designs. They're very big on accessibility. The gal that I talked to was actually the wife of the co-founder, and she said her husband's vision of parks is if you can build stairs, you can build a ramp. Like if you can have one, then you can just put a ramp there, and then making it more accessible. And they don't do what would be considered traditional park equipment. They come in and they build structures out of treated wood for the most part. And then obviously with slides and all that other stuff. I included, they had like a picture of like different, she said they have different turtle stuff. One of the parks that she mentioned, they didn't have pictures on their website of, and I couldn't find any online. That they did a turtle park in Iowa somewhere. But they can do very specific like wants for that kind of thing.
Now, can they incorporate any of the existing like slides we have, or?
So probably our slides and stuff, probably not, because that becomes a liability issue since they have a warranty on everything that they provide. But like if we didn't want to take out our swing set, we could leave our swing set and use that still. The plastic, like anything that's been there for 30 years would be considered a liability issue, reattaching it to their equipment. And that's probably true of any of them. But yeah, they help provide guidance on fundraising. They like one of the things that she mentioned, and you can see in the Castle Park, they like to fence all of their playgrounds for safety reasons because it helps keep kids contained, and then there's only one exit. But they do what they call a picket bid, and people can buy pickets, and then you can see in the Castle Park when there's metal plates on the top of every single picket that has either a family name or a business name on it. And she said that's one of their biggest fundraisers. It usually raises $30,000 to $50,000. And she actually was like, "I'll tell you that for free. Like, you guys can do that even if you don't use our company." She's like, "It's a good fundraiser." So, but I really like them. I like that they're all over the world now. They have actually parks elsewhere, but they're still a pretty small company for the most part. It's not like a huge chain kind of thing. So, and I like that they can kind of, everywhere can, what's the word? Make custom stuff, but like every single one of their parks is unique. There's none of them are repeated. So, I thought that was kind of cool too.
So they're very flexible on color schemes. And
Yeah, absolutely. And she did for cost wise. Obviously, they don't do a bid. They're not going to draw us out something. But she said they've done parks that cost $80,000, and they've done parks that cost $5 billion. So really, like, they can work within a budget.
Now, what do they use for the?
So they don't do the surfacing. It was hit or miss, I feel like, all the people that I talked to. Like, some companies had branches that did surfacing, but most of them either sourced it out or whatever. They mostly do AstroTurf, but they do the board surface, or they will have the board surface in their parks as well. That's their preference because it's ADA. So like that one's board surface. She said that typically the cities provide the groundwork, so the cities provide that and have their people do that kind of
Right, it's
stuff.
all prepped and ready to go
Yes.
prior to them installing.
Yeah.
So it looks like, so the wood,
Yes.
so how long does that last? Because that seems to be some of the, I mean, even though, like, you know, people's fences, like, you know, our fence, it has to be re-stained, it has to be, you know.
So some of it is treated wood, which then there's care that goes into that, and some of it I believe is composite.
Yeah.
Like the stuff at Castle and Augusta isn't just regular wood. It's not like what's on my fence.
Mhm.
So I'm not entirely sure, but I think they either have a 15 or a 30-year warranty on their parks.
And under materials, it does say that the structural plastic lumber with recycled plastic composite lumber, arsenic-free pressure-treated wood lumber too. So, cause that was one of my questions too, is cause like my kid's plaything, we have to stain it every year and do all
Yeah.
that. And it seems like this, you may not have to do that. So that would be one question, is just upkeep,
Yes.
on that.
That would
Because
definitely
we
be.
Almost like Trex, I would imagine, like,
Right.
like you do your deck with.
Yeah,
Yeah, cause we don't want to have anything that we have to have Thomas and
No,
folks go
absolutely.
out there and do anything to.
Which I mean, the one that's there now is it's just treated lumber, and I don't think we've done anything to it. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I don't know the 100% for the answer. But they do I think, and most all of them do. They have some level of warranty on their
Okay.
work.
So I did think, I don't know, people would be actually opposed to some maintenance if it required it. Or,
I mean,
No,
I mean,
it
any of it's
depends.
gonna have to have, I mean, the park we have now is made of all plastic and it still requires maintenance, right?
Right.
Stuff's gonna happen to it.
anything worth having is worth maintaining.
Yes. And I think that was something that we, you know, everyone's like, I really love this design, I want us to have something natural like this to go to. Then that would kinda go on us on, you know, what does the warranty, I was just trying to look it up online to kind of see what they had to say.
And I only write one. There's two. There's Play by yes.
Cause I was like, I tried to look at the
There's
one
Play
that
by
I saw
Design
had
and
the
Play by Design Inc.
ink.
And
Yeah,
they're
okay.
different companies, and it
Yeah.
causes all sorts of confusion.
Yes, so that would be something I think for sure that we would wanna know,
Mhm.
about something, cause like what you had put in here, you into like the materials and stuff, as well. The warranty that says, fully insured and guarantee we comply with federal regulations, blah, blah, blah. And the people who manufacture the components also carry their own warranties. But they do it says we stand behind our product for the life of the project, I don't really know what that means.
but like
Forever.
composite, you know,
Yeah.
you
I
wouldn't
mean,
have
that-
to,
Mm-hmm.
Stain it, you should.
This kind of reminded me of the
Yeah.
parks in Lindsberg. You ever been to the big
Oh,
park in
yeah, yeah.
Lindsberg?
Mm-hmm.
oh, yeah.
Reminds me of that one does.
I love the dragon. I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and they had that one, the one I saw you put with the turtle that was on there too.
Yeah, and she mentioned like the park in Iowa. They did like I think a big turtle climber. Like that was something that the kids could actually climb on.
Oh,
top
that would be
of.
cool.
So there's that.
I like that they come in and they get the community's input.
Mm-hmm.
That was something with the
Yeah.
one that we did in Strong City. They did that. They went to the schools and had the kids all draw them out, and they sat them down and did a cohesive
Yep.
thing and brought it all together. And that again, we talked about the buy-in for something like that.
Yeah, they're very very community oriented. Like that's their.
I think that's a great idea.
They also have the ability, it looks like, to add in some components for kids that might be visually hearing impaired as well. I know we do have some families here that have some kiddos who are visually impaired, as well, so it's something for us to consider, for their ability to be, for it to be accessible, not just, with physical limability, limitations, that's the word. Limabilities is a new one, we're gonna use it from now on. And they have a special needs coordinator, it looks like as well, that they loop in with that. But I even saw some cool like metal slides that they did, some tube metal slides and some other fun stuff, see like what's on here, so that's awesome.
Those are surprisingly so much more expensive than plastic. I guess it shouldn't be surprising.
Yeah.
Don't
But
think
those
it's
metal
really-
slides are expensive.
Metal here and the 100 and
Yeah,
Yes.
might be
It's
one. Is there, do y'all have any questions about this, the design, what she presented specifically?
So, what design are you thinking about? 'Cause, I mean,
Well, that's the thing, is I think they'll come and they'll get our ideas and design it based off of what we say.
These
They
are
don't
parks
have,
that they've
like-
done. They do not have a standard design
put
option.
this in
Yeah, they will come and they'll look at the space that we have, that we wanna utilize, what our budget is, and then what the feedback from the community is, and then they will design it that day on the spot, and then we have a party. So.
Does that come with a fee or is that part?
There is a fee to get, cause their designer, the closest one she said is in Iowa, actually.
Okay.
So we would probably, I think we would be responsible for like paying for her flight down here or drive and then her hotel. We would have to
Mhm.
provide that, but yes. So
There's
that,
some good Airbnbs.
I was looking at, we, on the,
That's right.
city council is the word I was looking for, I believe we have that.
Yep,
That's
I
right.
mean, get a discount,
Or donation.
Or donation.
donation, yeah,
No, but
definitely.
wrong D word. We want
Discount.
Yeah, that's right. We want the donation.
So definitely that one is a super open to everybody's feedback, which I like. And it's, like I said, it's very similar to what we had done up there, which really everyone really enjoyed having those pieces of it. It really allowed for more buy-in of it. Did anybody else have any questions about this designer? Yes.
So we have no ballpark price at,
So she said that they have done parks anywhere from 80,000 to $5 million. So they really are comfortable working within whatever budget that we have. And she also did say like they'll come back obviously with that first design. That's not set in stone. Like if they bring us back the first design that day and then we're like, oh, we don't like this, we want to change this. That's all still open. So they work within whatever budget we give them to work with.
well, I don't wanna say, we have like a 500,000 or a 600,000 budget and we get 2 slides.
Yeah. Well, I think that's part of the process too, that we could say, we do like this, but we wanna emphasize, maybe we take less out of this space, like we don't need to have something that tall, maybe we have something a little lower and we could add in more design elements. So I think that would be nice, cause the design person would be here, so that would give you that accessibility.
Yeah, I just forgot. She did also say, cause she was looking on Google Maps while I was talking to her, and I did talk to her about what did we decide to call it? Not berm. The not berm.
The
The
NERM.
NERM.
The NERM.
The NERM. Anyway, she, was like, yeah, we could totally incorporate that into the playground if you guys wanted to, like, in some way. So whether that's having structure come off of it or just adding waves or whatever to it.
Mm-hmm.
She did say that was something that they are completely capable of doing. So.
So it sounds like we would be able to control the pricing of it based off the design.
I believe so.
Whereas, and probably some of the ones we're gonna see too, will have, when they have specific pieces, they're gonna have an idea for the setup and here's how much it is, and then it'll be up to us to take out pieces and interject. Whereas this one might just be more about the design changing instead of the specific piece itself, if that makes sense. Did that answer your question?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm just
So-
thinking,
Yeah.
it's hard to say no without having like the full, like, them
Yeah.
coming down
Yeah, yeah.
and all that, so.
It is a
very
little bit
open.
harder to commit to that portion just because it's a little bit more unknown, but yeah.
It's just so open,
Yes.
that's all.
So I guess that we are assuming, or like, and maybe I missed something, that the budget is just that we're gonna use the entire budget for playground equipment, is that right?
No.
No. So we weren't slating everything towards playground equipment, but there is, what Matt was saying when he talked to us a little bit more about the budget was there is more funds that can be allocated. And then on top of that, we would do a lot of fundraising that would help fill in some of that too. We're definitely not going to say, okay, we have the 250,000, we're gonna use that just on the equipment. Because we have plans for upkeep, obviously, we kind of talked about, we're the whole park, right, not just the play area. But the play area part, I think, is where the most concern from people have come from, that they just really want that taken care of first. And so I think that's why we're focusing
As a
here.
priority.
As a priority,
Okay.
yeah.
And
yeah.
and also, I didn't think any of them, but just like this one's, like we can say, okay, our budget is $600,000, and that's what we tell them. We can ask for money from the city council, but also they will give us ideas to help fundraise.
Yeah.
So if we say, okay, we're gonna take $200,000 out of the money we currently have, we have to raise the other 400, they'll help us figure out how to do that. Whether that's corporate sponsorship or
Grants and.
Grants
all the
and-
other
People
stuff.
buying a post.
Yeah,
people buying a post.
exactly.
This is my
Sure.
jacket.
You get one scale on the dragon,
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
Turtle. I
one
want
part
a
shell.
turtle shell. I want a shell.
So we
Yeah,
feel like a
that's
Teenage
right,
Mutant
on the
Ninja Turtle.
turtle.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything else about this one? Okay, so that was Play by Design.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you guys want me to do my other one too, or do you wanna
Go
do
ahead.
mine?
Yeah.
Might as well, you're on it.
Oh, so the other people that I talked to were the ones that we had the proposals for previously, that the old park board / city got from, which is Crouch Recreation. They are more of a generic playground equipment, or traditional, I guess would be the correct word, traditional playground equipment. However, on the last couple of pages, there are some custom work that they did for us, that are turtle climbers. See, I just have a lot of extra. I'll make it map print.
That's for the audience.
Which, yeah, audience, here, have some paper.
Oh, I forgot to ask,
Okay.
on
Yes.
this on the last company,
Play by design.
yeah. So, cause, I remember on some of our other discussions, so, like, for little ones,
Yes.
you know, like biting on things and, you know, putting her mouth on
Mhm.
things and, you know, splinters and things
So
of
if
that
it's the
nature.
composite wood, there shouldn't be an issue with splinters.
Right.
I don't know in regards to biting how that holds.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I think that starts to also kind of fall under you as a parent should probably not be, your
Yeah,
child that
your
small
child.
shouldn't be by themselves, so if they should be able to bite some wood that long, I guess.
I will say
But-
on the pictures, so they actually at Castle again, they have two separate areas. It's all one big fenced in area, but then they have a smaller area within that fenced in area
Mhm.
that's designated towards 2 to 5 year olds.
Yeah.
So they are very like you can make separate areas for different age groups and kind of
Okay,
things. So.
okay.
And so maybe we say in that space, we don't want any treated timber, we want not proof trick.
Yes, and they did have so they have the full servicing in there actually. Now that I look at it. So Crouch did 2 designs for us. His space usage was interesting in my opinion because he just yes. So they did try and stick within a $500,000 budget because that's what we gave them last time I guess. And then he just gave us a whole bunch of options. I think size-wise, he was going for utilizing the entire space from the NERM all the way to the covered thingy. Oh my gosh, guys.
Gazebo?
Not the
Picnic area?
the picnic. Well, yeah, that's on the other side of the road.
The picnic
Picnic
shelter.
area
The
thing.
picnic shelter.
There,
Yes,
that's
thank
the word.
you. My words are gone.
I like
Yeah.
these turtles.
I am obsessed with the turtles. I am. Yeah, that was. The rest of it really doesn't do a whole lot for me personally. But they've been great to work with. They are currently working on at least 3 projects within Wichita, including at Exploration Place, I think. So they are very. They're not in the community. Travis, the gentleman that I've been talking to, is out of Lawrence. But he's driven down here twice to see me already, so he's very like.
Make a commission off these.
He's very committed to getting our list. He's very nice. And he went to a park with me with my kids, so I can't complain about him too much because I was like, he's like, let's meet. And I was like, cool, over the phone? He's like, nah, I'm driving down there. So he's been great. I really love the turtle climbers, but I don't personally know that I feel that that's something that's limited to this company. Like it seems like some of the other ones could probably do something similar. The last thing on the very last page, the embankment option was their idea of what we could do off of the NERM. So that is a zip line.
Yeah.
Zip line. Yeah, that's cool.
There, the new park down at
The Clap Park
Clap.
has it, Engineer Clap Park has it.
yeah, and it is. There's literally every time we've been there, there's been a line to utilize them. They are so
Hardy
cool.
Perry has one too.
Yeah.
It's
And
usually
they have
one
they have an
like that.
accessible version that's a chair. That goes, you usually have one that's this style with the seated and then one you have an actual chair. So, and also smaller kiddos because the sharing.
Right.
Yeah, my not quite 2-year-old is obsessed with it.
Yes, yeah.
So some of the things that you guys have like as a zip line, at some of the
Yes.
parks.
Yeah.
So what are some of the other features, I'm just,
No, yeah.
So like on here, I know, the climbing boulder thing that's in this picture,
Yeah.
there's a smaller, that I know has been really popular,
This guy?
or something similar.
This guy.
Yeah, oh yeah. There's too many pages. It was
Yeah.
32 pages long. Yeah, so like this stuff, and then a lot of the rope stuff I feel like has been really popular. So like this rope sensory dome
Mhm.
thing has been really popular at different parks that we've been to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Kinda
the
like
rope
a-
stuff
like
is
a
really
jungle.
cool.
Yeah, so I feel like a lot of the stuff like we talked about
Cool
last time was like the
stuff,
really
yeah.
open play stuff. The stuff that isn't just,
and.
and kids love slides, but like that isn't just go down a slide, it's,
And then this
How do you
is-
get to it? What's the different ways?
Oh, yeah. Oh, and, well, here's a cool rope thing right here too.
Well, and accessibility wise, you'll also notice they don't have a lot of things that you have to climb in order to access parts of it, which is nice. So there are things that people can access by being wheeled to or walk to.
Well, and it might be a thing where, okay, we like this from this company.
No, I think that's kind of part of our thing of having as many people look at it as we can.
yeah, absolutely.
I think you're gonna definitely see the major difference of this is gonna be synthetic material as opposed to, the last people are looking more natural style.
Yeah.
I don't have a preference, honestly, either way, but that is something to notice about that this company is going to kind of go there. Even with the turtle design stuff, that may be, I'm not sure if you gave an explanation of what the material is that. I think the stuff that they've got, at Expedition Place, they have another company who builds all of this for you and then ships it here. So that's something to consider as well, is that right now it may be one cost, but if a tariff or something else occurs for that country, it could be an entirely different cost. And that's something that
So,
we face.
I didn't see
Like
that.
these are several different,
Yeah.
what are the?
I didn't get.
You don't, oh, sorry.
That's why you had so many copies.
I have a lot of, there's just a lot of paper.
You can get one of what?
What's that? The turtles.
I had an extra.
So do we know like the size of
Thank
these
you.
turtles, cause the price is quite drastic.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah, those are cool.
I'm going off with the size of the kids would be my
Yeah, see like that.
I mean, my guess is like these last couple, like especially like maybe the one that has the slide out of its butt would be quite big.
Which is funny that it's half the cost of this one.
Yeah.
It looks like there's just climbing elements on it.
But maybe there's interior elements on that one.
And there is some of the stuff that they're building for us,
As
like
ropes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's,
like our bison that they're building us, like literally is anatomically correct inside, so kids can go in and like squish the guts and.
Wait, why is it that?
So they're building a bison
Oh.
that you can climb in and it has a slide. It's not out of it, but the
So
same
if I
thing.
get
All I
it,
thought,
correct.
all I thought was
It's
what is that
opportunity.
Ace Ventura thing, and I was like, I can't look at this anymore. But it's very cool because they get to get up in. It talks about the anatomy of it. And it has a little bit of history in it, and so those are the things could potentially offer more value to it. I don't know if it offers $500,000 worth of value.
These are quite pricey.
Yeah.
There's sea turtles too. Are we sea turtle community?
Where's the
No,
turtle?
we're-
I guess this one's not a sea
we are-
turtle.
We did not discriminate.
Turtle. Whoever gets there, right?
No discrimination on the turtle.
I will say one thing that I make note of when I look at like this, and when we got the original ones from them as well, was that while some of the elements are accessible, like the merry-go-round and some of that, the play structures themselves are not particularly accessible versus some of the other options we have where they might not get as tall, but the entire element or most of the element is more accessible to any kiddos or adults that are physically.
I mean, like, this is cool, but that is a really big slide.
That's a
And I
yeah,
don't know if that would fit into our footprint.
And I
That
don't,
is
yeah.
massive.
It would depend,
It's a wow
so you're really looking at the length of the tube
Yeah.
more than anything, and then the, cause actually sometimes it feels like it would have to be really far out, it's not actually that bad.
It just depends.
Yeah. But I think he definitely took a lot of,
Liberties.
liberties with the space.
Yeah,
Well, I get it, I mean, I understand the concept.
Yeah. And maybe
Did
because.
you guys have some questions about this one?
Not this one.
So they're a great company. They're working on other stuff locally, and they're just very much more the traditional playground equipment route. So
But I think what we're gonna end up finding is that we want a little of this and a little of that, and
Yeah,
who can do it all?
Who can do both?
A little
I
bit.
think this is really
The turtles
cool.
are
You know
really
what this
cool.
guys have been down to Tulsa for the gathering place.
They're a very similar company. People have designed a lot of that as well.
Yeah. Do you know who did that one?
I don't remember off the top of my head who did that.
The Play by Design Inc. did part of.
Yeah.
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 Not Play by
I think
Design.
they had multiple because they sectioned the playgrounds off, and so I don't think that they had one company do everything. So they, because similar to this, like they had specific designs, same for us, specific designs for specific areas. So it was easier to do that with other people.
I will say, because I also really like the turtles, I do think that that is something that other companies can offer us, like the one that Colin's gonna talk to us about.
So for this one, was there a warranty or anything that you talked about as far as
He-
repairs?
I can go back and check my 40,000 emails. I don't remember. I have a lot of emails from Travis.
Yeah, I told you when I gave you his info.
You did not tell me
Oh, maybe I
what
did
you were
not.
passing on to me. 26. I have 26 plus the 4 in the other chain, so 30. I have 30 emails from him.
And then, so cost for them, did he give you an overall for any of the two specific designs that he said?
So he said he tried to stay within the $500,000 range, but that does not include
The turtles.
probably it didn't include the turtles, obviously, because they
And the
were
groundwork.
in the groundwork again. That was just for the equipment and installation.
Any more questions about this one?
Yeah, I do think this is way too spread out, and like if this is what we could get for $500,000, we could probably like
Crunch it, it would look
scrunch it
cool.
a little bit, and it would look less like we didn't have any money.
I like green space, but also,
I do
and,
too, but like
yeah, and not forgetting the two that
dedicated
included
green
space that we're not
space.
gonna
Yeah, I'd
like
rather
tear
it all
out.
be from here forward and have this available for
Yeah.
kids, that'd be crazy and.
Like I like the idea of including the NERM into it, and
Yeah.
like because I feel like that green space there's like a singular picnic table there, and it doesn't get utilized. Like if people are using green space that are typically on the other side of the picnic area, but like ripping that out just to put in turf is not worth it, in my opinion.
No,
So
not at all.
any other questions about Crouch?
Alright.
All right. I'm gonna let Conley go.
Alright, I'm gonna be honest, I have not had much communication with
Yeah.
Bobby Coon.
You didn't get
His
30
name. Do what?
You did get your 30 emails?
No, I've only been in contact with him since mid-July, but I do feel
I'm
like
saying I will. I will.
he shared a lot of helpful information in such a short amount of time, so he was not
You have
pushy
your
with
own- you
anything,
have
which
your
was
own.
nice, cause I don't do well with that. I have my own. So, I did actually miscommunicate with him though, because I thought we had, 350,000 in the bank, I didn't realize it was 250.
I think it is.
Oh, I was just using a random, I was just using a random number,
Okay,
sorry,
okay.
I was not giving you specific quotes.
He asked what our rough budget was, and I told him, well, this is technically what we have in the bank to work with now, but there's lots of other things that we're wanting to do. Also that, like, we do have a very, excited and zealous community that's like willing to, go for fundraising. Oh, all my stuff is still we'll just do that. So he said, that that's a really good budget to start with. They can do a fully custom part with a minimum of 250,000. But I'll be honest, this is probably not one of the lesser expense options to go with.
So they're more natural
They're
stuff,
more
right?
natural for sure, which is what I lean toward because it's like art. Like it blends into the
Their
landscape.
pictures are art.
They're beautiful. I mean, if you look
Yeah.
at the back pages,
I like them too. Maybe not, the kids might not be as excited.
Oh no.
But I
You never
like
know.
it.
No, my daughter, I was putting this together for Conley this afternoon, she sent me the stuff, and, my daughter was like, can I go play there? Like, that looks like fun, we're gonna go play. I was like, that's in, like, New York.
Yeah.
No.
they do, like with the budget that we have, something that they do a lot of is phasing projects. So we wouldn't necessarily have to, start with a $500,000 part.
Sure.
And one thing that he mentioned that I was surprised about and could get us off the ground sooner because it would just take less time, they have an ADA compliant mulch. And he said a lot of people will start start with that and then put it in the park, and then when they have the funds to do a poured surface or the turf or whatever, it's easy to pull out and then pour the surface when you already have the play equipment there.
That's interesting.
I know, I was like, are you sure it's ADA compliant? Because that doesn't seem like it would be, mulch, and he's like, yes, it's ADA compliant, and it's not the rubber mulch that we
Right,
can't
yeah.
do because of the pond. It was like a composite wood chip situation. But he said a lot of people start with that so they can get off the ground quicker. And they also, this is just like a generic, the first thing that he sent me with the towers, but there's so many different categories that are,
I included a couple of the extra play things that they have in there.
they're called
too.
like log jams or something,
Yes.
things that are more for the free play, like at the LW clap, the boulders. It's
Okay.
less boulderish, but it's more
Sure.
the log
Yeah,
style.
Really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, they had like log stacks and log jams and
yeah.
Lobsters.
Lobsters?
I saw that, instead of a turtle, they had a lot.
oh yeah.
Oh, he said it would be more than
Yeah.
doable to do a turtle. Yes,
Cool.
that is
Yes, and that was
something-
my thought in regards to what Crouch had sent, was that they have the sleeping giant in one of theirs, so.
Yeah. If you go on their website, they have basically, they've got rams, gorillas,
They literally
everything that you can
Oh,
think
yeah,
of.
look at that. That's just really cool.
Their design process, I mean, you can see on the front, it's less community oriented compared to the play by design, but that could also make it go faster, but it's a trade-off. Yeah, less community input, but may speed things up a little bit. I also liked that it's very laid out, and you know what to expect for turnaround time for everything, that's really helpful. But that's pretty much all I got from him, because I've only been talking to him for a couple weeks.
Did he say what kind of, like, I know it's more environmentally friendly, what materials the structures are made out of?
It's probably on the website.
Okay.
I'm assuming the log stuff is all at least pressure treated at minimum,
That would
so it would
be
be more
yes.
durable than just untreated.
Oh, look, it's the log.
Where did you go?
So I think, and something to even kind of speak to as far as the design process, there's nothing that says that prior to them coming out to meet us, that we couldn't hold an open meeting, have the pictures, go through the website, let people give us some ideas about that company. So, and not necessarily have to have an official design time with their design team, but for us to feel more informed, and everybody else to feel like they had a say within that. Cause I don't know that it's doable for us to let them have a say about every single company that we're gonna go to, but we'll say, we picked the best company to recommend,
Yeah.
and then here's what they're able to do for us, and how would you like us to mold that,
Yeah.
to best fit us too. So I think that, as far as the design process goes, that is something that we can figure out a way to make it more community-based, as much as we need to as well.
I mean, we could have a draw a park contest and have all the
100%.
kids in the community draw parks for us.
Exactly.
So they're out of Canada,
They are.
so,
They have the guy that I've been talking to is in Topeka.
So the
So they
company
do
might
have
be-
representatives
okay.
everywhere, yeah. I mean, there's gonna be shipping fees and installation fees and all kinds of stuff, but I'm sure it's that way with all of them.
They plant a tree to replace every tree that they use in their play equipment.
We love that, we love that. It's just beautiful, it is art to me.
Yeah.
No, it really, I mean, it's very specific, and their designs are very specific for a reason, which is really nice.
Which is really cool for an artsy type town.
Yeah, well, I think
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah.
I think that's part of what, like, I feel like we've got a lot of, like, Kechi, we want something that is
Yeah.
unique to, that's been kind of what I felt anyway,
Yeah,
so.
I like that.
I would love to commission people from Kechi, like, I want something
Oh,
from Park Art to be in the park. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
When I talked
Just
to,
put glass in the, well,
They do more
Yes.
than just glass.
I know, I'm just.
when I talked to the play by design people, they said a lot of times they, one of the things they like to include is rock walls in, like, the small ones in the things,
Oh,
and
yeah.
they like to commission local artists to paint the backgrounds on the rock walls. Yeah, so that's, something
Yeah.
similar to, that would be fun too.
Yeah, I'm getting,
They have,
it's
like,
fabricated equipment, obviously, but everything I'm seeing is just wood. It's
So,
just
yeah.
wood.
On
I'm gonna assume it's
their-
just wood.
on their not mobile website,
Yeah.
you can access the different structures easier.
Oh,
Because I couldn't find any of the stuff that Conley was sending
I couldn't find
on
it
my
either.
phone until I got
You
on
had
my
to show me
computer.
where to find it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
once I got on my computer, I could find it.
Yeah.
So like they're more traditional playscapes, which is what like the first picture falls under, is one of their traditional ones that I could not find on my phone. I had to find it on the website itself. So yeah, because like this is one of the like a more traditional play structure.
There's one in Denver, Houston, Texas.
We can use our local colors, although I'm wondering, like, do they not allow, they might void the warranty somehow, but I'm like, couldn't we just paint it ourselves? Probably not, so I think it's like max 3 colors with the prices that they get in.
We went with the turtle.
Exactly.
So you could go with those,
Exactly.
that's 3 colors right there.
Done.
Yeah,
Beautiful. Imagine this.
and wouldn't that look really cool, right?
Yeah.
You know, with the, yeah, I mean,
All cohesive.
yeah.
So anyway, I was really impressed.
The turtle.
Yeah.
But again, it's probably not gonna be the cheapest option out of everything,
Well,
but.
Yeah, like you're saying, this has stages, so I think having that. Grand Rapids, Cypress, there's a lot in Texas, Montana, Denver, Colorado,
I don't think I saw it.
Oklahoma City has one. Scissortail Park.
Yeah, I wanna just be inspired, go on.
I know. I texted
I love-
Colin.
I mean, I
was
love
like,
the design
Their
element
stuff
of
is
it.
swoon worthy. I just want to swoon over it. It's beautiful.
I think, and did he say, he said with the 250 count, you were, was a
That,
good
yeah,
starter.
that's, yeah.
That's their minimum for
A
doing a
custom
custom
part,
design.
which
Okay.
we don't necessarily need.
Yeah.
a
But we're
custom.
probably also going to spend over 250. So
Right.
Oh, for certain, yes.
Probably also.
Yes.
Going, hey, we're going to save money not having to replace that swing set. What are you talking about?
Hey, we have lots of great fabricators
And we could paint
here.
it.
Yeah, well, especially if like, I know some people might not like the mulch idea, but that
I
could
mean,
save
it's
us
just
a
to
lot
have
of
more
money up
information
front.
about
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I think as long as we had, like, if we chose structures that, obviously can't do the log situation in the wheelchair.
Right. No.
And
I don't
not
think
seen a lot
everything's
of
going to be
plans.
able
Yeah.
for that.
Not
to be-
everything is gonna be
Yeah.
ADA, but
Right.
we need to have something that
Right.
does include.
A balance.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and we could do some things from here, we could do some things from here,
Yeah, I wonder.
Oh, I don't.
and we could do maybe some things from, from here.
Well, you want it to look cohesive.
You
don't
do.
want to look like it's.
Well, and remember too, they're gonna have minimums, so they may not want to work with another company knowing that, just for, like she was saying, like, legal reasons too, they may not be like, okay, I wanna have mine in here and this one in here.
They can separate them.
Yeah.
So we may be able to do like, if we had, ended up saying like, hey, we're gonna have a toddler area over here, and we have a bigger kid, like, that might be something that we do as well. There's
Yeah,
just
they
a lot of,
they probably
a lot
have
of concepts.
fancy contracts ready. Non-compete, you can't have anything from another playground within.
Well, cause I'm
Maybe
even
that's-
like, in looking at it,
But you look at some of the other, I mean, just take as an example, take Tulsa, right? And the gathering place. They've got all sorts of stuff. They have this area that looks like this.
right,
They have this area
But
that
are they
has
separated,
this,
or are they?
no, I mean, that whole area there is not that big, really.
So that'd be
I
a
mean,
question
and
to
then
ask
you
them
have
up front, like, are we
Yeah.
allowed to bring in other companies for separate
We want you to do
spaces?
this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That might be a question.
yeah.
They do have. I don't know if that's what you were gonna ask me. But they do have stuff geared towards younger kids.
no, yeah, I was mostly just looking at the cost of the specific pieces
Yeah.
that had laid out, so even just thinking about, like, one of the vertical climbers, it has one slide on it, and it's like 112. So then when we're thinking about, 'cause like you're saying, I mean, it is pricier, but if that's the thing that we're looking at and going, okay, we want a statement part, right? Then that's something we wanna think about as well.
And it did look like on some of the, at least on this tower, they did have like accessible, possibly options.
Yes, I saw with
as well.
accessible spacing and things like that on there too, so.
Okay.
Any questions about this one that we have on this? Alright. Ms. Kristen?
And I believe you guys should have your stuff from Kristen.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't have every bit of
black and white version of the same, piece of paper that you have of that playground, just at a different angle. And so, and then I'm gonna have, it's like an aerial view, but it has the name of each thing that you're looking at. But you wanna look at that first. And then did I pass out? It goes under all the color options. So that is, where's my other one? So with our 6,625 square feet that we have to work with in our
Did you
park.
have to measure it, or did they measure it for you?
Oh, I went and single-handedly mapped out every single foot by myself. No, yeah, they did it. And
You had to put that mental image in my head.
yeah, I was there.
Tape measure, set the rock on one end.
Yeah.
pulling it.
I was like, let me tell you about the help of Google Earth.
Yeah,
That's the
It's
aerial
like
layout.
of this, okay.
and, so basically, that is just a rough draft of what it would, be like with no modifications. That's called the tall grass prairie.
Yeah, that's right. I put
I'm
it
gonna
on
do
my
I'm
phone,
gonna
keep
do
looking
something
at
that
it.
you can, yeah.
And, yeah, so it is,
This would fit in the current footprint.
Yep. And it's ADA compliant, and that also would include, our swings, if we wanted to keep our swings. And, so considering the depth of the pebble rock that we have, that, like, some things, there's variables that would change, cause we don't know the actual depth of how deep that rock is. And, then we factor in the removal of it, and then we pick, what kind of poured in place setting we want. So that would be, like, the poured in place, they're saying roughly 122,562. And then with the freight and lumber, that would be, roughly 211,000. And then if you add in the install, which would be, roughly like 3 semi trucks worth, she said, so 190,000.
Do they have anybody locally that's a truck driver that could go pick it up?
Well, they are in Kansas City, so,
So it's not too,
They are
too
not-
unlocal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not super far.
yeah, they're not very far.
Because my neighbor, I think he was a truck driver.
Well, let's not let your neighbor.
Go get
Do you like your neighbor?
Yes, I do. I'm just trying to save you some money.
Yeah, but ballpark, with all that said and done, and then I included the, colors that we can make it whatever you want. And, they said 446,000, 13. And, I thought it also
Go, Kristen,
kind
the
of.
only one with actual numbers.
Well, it looks, thank you, it looks quite a bit like,
Yeah.
it looks a lot like the one, from Play by Design on the second page, that Cassie passed out. It just like not octagon, but like, just the way that they have it set up and like the triple slides, I was looking at them and they look really similar.
Yeah, just the difference in materials
Yeah.
essentially.
Are there any other pieces that we can add or subtract from this?
Yeah,
estimated?
yeah, totally.
Oh yeah, they have, and they're,
Yeah, there's a lot of
Very-
room for give and take,
Mhm.
and, she mentioned earlier, whatever can be stairs, can be a ramp, and so there's a lot of climbing walls, but they wanted to incorporate the 2 to 5, range, and then 5 to 12, and then, there's sensory stuff and also musical, elements. You can, go nuts with it if
Yeah.
you want to, so.
A little bit of everything.
A little bit
bit of everything.
Well, it's something that I was looking at on their website too, that I was just noticing, they have some stuff that they're doing like specials on. So even if you felt like this didn't fit, cause it's one big space, right? So we're talking about like maybe even a smaller space. They have a structure, a tight and play structure, looks like it's for the smaller kids, that they actually have like on sale right now, like 15 grand.
Yes.
And it's huge.
And they
I
have
mean, it's huge.
Is
It's
that
like a
one of their
30
monthly
grand.
specials?
Yeah, it's one of the monthly special things. So that if we were like, hey, you know what, we're gonna have this to be the main, in that main area, but then we wanna put something a little smaller, a little further to the side or something like that, to have an extra piece.
Yes, she was telling me, you know, if she gave me every single option, I mean, it would
Yeah.
be,
Be there for
we'd all of our heads would be off because, yeah.
Well, and I also like they have some options, it looks like too, for some shade stuff.
A ton of
Alternative
different
extra
shade
things too,
options.
so ones that are durable that'll live up to the wind, right, when you're taken away, that might be nice as well.
Yes, I will say that I think, I don't know about Conley's, but both of the places I talked to offer shade structures as well to add, and we, as a subcommittee, all agree on shade.
I don't like to stand there and be so hot.
Yes. Having somewhere to sit that's not directly in the sun.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm dying.
Do they offer the zip line?
Yes, yeah.
I'm sure they do.
Okay.
And even, ADA, you know,
Yeah,
you can,
very cool.
yeah.
Oh, they have a fire, they have one that looks like a fire truck. What, airplane? That's cool. Sorry.
What's the name of that? There's just so many, Tall Grass Prairie. And, the
Name of
fall
the company
height.
is
and
Recreation Installations.
Just everything, is really, it doesn't look, like it still looks dangerous, but it's very safe.
Yeah,
Like, it's
yeah.
not like, oh, well, that looks like it's for a baby.
So it's
a
not that-
child. Yeah,
that one
there's,
My child can make anything change.
Oh, yeah, that's super fun. Let's do that one.
Which one?
It's massive. I don't even fit in the
Yeah, I don't think
car. But it's really cool.
I was looking at the Titan Play, that's on that website as well. That's one that's got the half price discount. Can we go to
Yes,
that and
I
just
saw
hang
that.
on to it for now?
What
Does
people
anyone
charge
have-
for some of these things is a total racket.
Well, and I think the thing you have to think about is the durability also component of this too, because, did they say anything about like what their warranty is or anything as well?
I think it is right there on their, website, but everything is secured in a warranty and that since they are local, everything would be way fast tracked. We did have an issue with anything.
Their website says they do not provide a direct warranty for their products, but they're willing to help deal with warranty claims to manufacturers. So the warranties all come through the manufacturers.
So are they a second party?
No, they, let me wrote this down. Their manufacturer. I know she did tell me it's a life, on warranty, whatever. Their manufacturer is based.
But these color schemes could all be changed to something a little more.
Right.
Yeah, so you have
Yeah,
that's what
so
this
this,
is, you
yeah.
maybe pick any colors.
Yeah, you should have.
Or they could be the three up there.
Well,
If
that's
they
the same,
do,
like if they
do
have,
custom,
yeah.
and it might be that this is the stuff that they manufacture and
So,
that's.
she said that this is the preliminary idea for replacing the current play structure with the tall grass prairie structure. And then once they receive the factory's drawing, which will include the modifications, like this to fit our space, we can, revise everything and then the quote can change accordingly.
Sure.
The price for the port and play surfacing should remain the same since, it's going into the same area size. And then she said after, they receive our drawing, we we can choose the custard, the customized,
Some colors.
the customized colors that, we prefer, and then, go from there. All of the granite stuff she, like in the slides, it does have like white speckles in it,
Mhm.
so. And then she, included the, all-inclusive structures being 274,000,
That's what
Yeah.
I was looking at, yeah.
Yeah,
and then,
that's
yeah.
like $15,000.
Yeah, well, do we have somewhere we can store it?
Sure.
Who has a barn?
She's got a big old shed right in the back. Go ask.
It's full of an RV.
It's full of an RV. We'll take the RV out, and the kids' play structure in.
It fit, but you know.
Well, and I think that I like that they give us an idea for the flooring, right?
Yeah, she said, so surfacing varying thickness, because we don't know the depth of it, to accommodate fall heights, compact gravel base,
Yeah.
122%.
I was nice to struck it.
Yeah. So was the floor, whatever you had put on it, that was everything with the flooring, or that was just the structure and the install?
Yes, so,
So I saw PIP flooring, but I didn't know.
yeah, the structure itself is 274,060.
Okay.
Recreation installations discount, which is a $63,000 discount, making that subtotal 211,000. Then you factor in the 3 semi-trucks of freight, which is 3,600. And then the install of the equipment is 109,624. And then, so that plus the, poured in place surface equals 446,813.50.
So, like, when we have to disassemble the current, do we, like, have a community day and have everybody bring their
That's
drills?
gonna be the burning.
Oh, no.
The Birmingham.
No, okay, so we had the whole deal, that shed that she's talking about.
Mhm.
So we had the whole semi bring it out, and I have a scar on my DVD.
picture too.
Prove it, right?
Mm.
But we had a crew come out and put it together, right? You would think
Yeah.
that the building would be really easy, no.
No,
That
I
is-
wouldn't think that, no.
Right. No, and so this is not an easy thing to put together. You would think maybe it is, but it's not.
One of the places that, when I was calling around the different cities, they actually said that they had a community day where they had people come out and disassemble
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
just
Calling on them.
just as a cost saving.
Calling everyone with anger.
Yeah.
Got some anger issues, go take it
Bring your
out.
drill.
Yeah.
I don't know. You want our kids to play on that afterwards?
Well,
Well, not
Take it
have them install it.
apart.
I don't want them to install it, but,
Well, that is, I think Play by Design
Check
is
it
a
out.
community installation.
oh, it is. Play by Design is community installation.
I mean, they send professionals out to like,
Play by Design is community installation.
it's community installation.
What?
Whoa.
Yep.
How does,
I watched while Augusta did it.
wow, fascinating.
There's
You'd
a
think they'd
few
have
in
to
our
have some
area
sort
that
of
have done
qualification for that.
Well, you
Uh,
know,
Well-
they've done one in Welling.
There's
is
gotta
what
be
South
some
Dakota.
sort of
Well, we do.
liability in that.
Would
You
you-
would think.
Is that so?
That would void the warranty.
Yes.
I know where.
No, it's, they have people who are watching you do it. the
Yeah,
whole
they
time.
have
So
professionals
they have
there.
engineers and stuff that are there doing it, so saying,
And then
"Here,
everything
you
is
put this
tested
right here,
on
and they go
site.
through and they check it
Yeah.
all.
We can't even get people to help us pull weeds.
Well, in
Yeah.
our
Going to
defense
work
of that
up to
day,
that.
that was a hard day for
And we're gonna
everybody.
work up to it.
But you know, it was our first one, so
And weeds are not as exciting.
it's true of a new play area. But here's the other thing to think about too. That's not just us citywide, that has to do it too. We can open it to have volunteer groups from other places. So Textron does giant volunteer things as a nonprofit. Coke does, Target does, Kohl's does, other bigger companies will come out. That
Lowe's
might have
does.
people- Lowe's does. That might have the ability for us to say, hey, we'd love you to be part of this. How do we bring you in here? And if that means that I gotta name a picket after you, I got it. I'll have Carr make us a beautiful picket.
Sure.
Hands off, right?
We can make
Yeah,
a
as well,
whole
so.
turtle after you,
Absolutely.
because bring some money with you.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Sure.
or some qualified assistants.
Have you
So-
been to Botanica? How all they got, everybody's got their names on something fancy.
Mm-hmm.
They earned it.
So before we move on though, I wanna make sure, does anybody have any questions about the recreational installation stuff for Kristen? About this, the prairie one, Sawgrass Prairie? No. I mean, obviously they're all very different,
Yes.
styles, designs, concepts, all of the above. Do you feel like, and I just need you to be really honest, do you feel like, after the information you have right now, with the questions answered that we have done right now, that you could at least narrow it down to your top two?
Yes.
Does anybody feel strongly you could narrow it down to a top one?
No.
I think
no.
and I'm going off my statement, I can't see.
Well,
It's not
so
sort of the
then
same person,
if I
I'm
say
okay.
my top one or two, but there's like, maybe I don't, not real thrilled with this, but there's
Yep.
something in here, like this rope with the slides, and I like that aspect of
The
it,
climber, yeah.
the climber. But overall, this would not be my first pick.
Right.
So, when I say.
What I'm more looking for is there a specific company based on what they've given us? You're like, I like what they're thinking about, what they've given forward, or the designs that we can see that they've given us. That I like their overall concept of it. Even if because I think that you're gonna find that any single one of these places is gonna bend over backwards to
And
find a
they
way.
They'll
want
have
our
something
money.
similar.
Yes,
even if
either
it's
they
not
have something similar,
exactly
or
the
they'll find a way to help us design something similar.
Yes. Yeah.
The only one you're gonna find that's gonna be a major difference, I think, is gonna be your Earth one, and the first one, whatever the first one was.
Played by the.
Played by the
Thank you.
But even them, they have, for one, I know like Play by Design has traditional elements. They have climbers,
right.
they have swings, they have
Yes.
merry-go-rounds, and with the Earthscape, like they don't have a rope thing like that, but they have
And then
their rope
parts of
things
it.
that are like this. So they're
So you
just.
don't think they have anything that's like this?
I mean, I can.
Don't-
I don't know.
On the Earthscape, they have, different sections of,
Yeah, they have
Climbing
is it
ropes,
rowing?
yes.
And I can't-
they have a
yes.
whole rope section.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't. I wish I could access it from my phone, but for some reason their mobile website and their not mobile are very different.
So I think,
I think that this really, the earthscapes, the, unfortunately, I mean, I think that this fits us to a T. Unfortunately, I don't think it fits our budget at all.
Right. My husband tells me the same thing all the time.
I can't
That's
imagine.
Conley's life. How?
But that would, actually, Earthscape would be like my second one after Play by Design.
So here's the reason I bring forward the fact about doing 1 and 2. It's also there's nothing that says that we can only have our meeting once a month. We can only have these discussions once a month.
Right.
So, and in essence of wanting to move forward with us finding a company, if we can narrow it down to 2 today, that we're like, hey, all of us can agree these are our top 2 people that we want to get. We want to have those questions that we didn't have answered. We want to have them answered. Can we do that within the next week? So we can come back and meet again and say, great, let's, all sit down again and have this conversation so that before the next meeting, we have an idea of the company that we would like to go with. Does that make sense? Or does that seem doable
I think it is.
for us to be able to come up with our top 2 tonight, to be able to move forward with that?
Yes.
Well, this is what I was gonna say. So, what I don't want is, I'm not saying that I don't want you to have a discussion about it, cause that seems weird. But I want us to come up with a cohesive, way of not voting on it. Sure, right, as well, but I wanna understand if you feel specific. So if there's somebody like, hey, you know what, we're really feeling strongly towards this person, and I want to tell you why I feel strongly about that. I just don't want to also open it to where we're all gonna be here for like 2 hours, fighting back and forth about, not fighting, but having a discussion about back and forth about it. So what I would like is if you can, if you feel comfortable enough for us to go around, you just tell us your top two, and then if we have too close or whatever, then maybe we come back together based off of that. We can potentially eliminate at least one, and then come back through, and have that conversation.
Sorry,
No, you're fine.
from the jump, recreation installations has been, I mean, ready to, I know that they would be great to work with.
Sure.
So that's why I'm pulling for them.
Yeah.
They're- Looks like the only ones that provided actual numbers,
Sure.
and like an itemized list too.
Yeah.
Everything can be customized, they're very ready and willing to work, just like, you said, anyone's probably gonna bend over backwards, but I think that, just locally and, in terms of, I mean, making things personal, that's who, I advocate for.
Sure.
But, that's my 2 cents, so.
Okay. Do you have a number two?
I love the, I love, what's it? Earthscape. I love the really unique, does, like, the abstractness of that, but I also really like, this one that Cassie,
Play by design.
in the play by design one, I really love how that also kind of looks like, I mean, not kind of, they do, it's very similar to the recreation installation design that they came up with, so.
Maybe it's a happy medium
I was
that's
gonna
their budget.
that's
Yeah.
exact words. Medium. This is like the diet version of Earthscape.
Budget friendly. We'll call it
Budget
budget
friendly.
friendly.
Yeah.
So you recreational installation, and then the play, other one.
Earthscape.
What?
Or is
No,
it
the play by design. Thank you. I can't
I
remember
mean,
what
they
it
could probably like have a baby and make.
Right.
Yeah.
Their baby would be beautiful.
I know. It would make a lovely
Aesthetically
child.
pleasing. It'd be great. It looked like a turtle. Okay. Are you and you're okay with those two being your top two?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think top two is kind of pushing it, but would have gone for a top three, but I'll settle for
That's
that.
okay. We'll go to, and then if we have like a third one that we're kind of in a time, then we can kind of discuss
Okay, we're
through.
gonna have to rock, paper, scissors that.
Right? Alexander, what you got?
Yeah, I think recreation installations is number one for me so far, just because they have a more solid plan right for us right now.
Sure.
And it's already been kind of laid out for us, and the only reason why I don't think play by design should be number one is just because of it's so open.
Mm-hmm.
We just need them to come in, they need a discussion, we need the community involved for them to actually go along with them. And I feel like that in itself will take much longer. And it's really, I think, a time thing. Which one would you prefer time-wise?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have a second one though? After
Play by design
Play by
is
design,
the
okay.
second one.
Yeah. That sounds good to me. Wrong, sorry. I looked right at her and then I still said.
It's okay. Yeah, the play by design and the Earthscape are my top two. Play by design might be my number one just because it makes more sense.
Ooh,
It does
included
make
the
more
dark
sense,
side. I know,
and
that's
I
where I
know that
fall
like
in.
I am the bougiest, snobbiest of parks, and that's maybe Kechi is not like me in that way.
Well, I don't think it's necessarily even that. I think it's more just, I think that you like the artistic aesthetic of it, which is great. And I think that if that was something that fell within the budget, it'd be easy to say we absolutely
Right.
wanna have that.
So this is it
So
does
that
seem
might
like
be a happy medium, right,
It
right,
does,
of the
yeah.
combination of the two. That doesn't mean, there's probably, and here's the thing I would say, is after we decide our top two, then we come up with a list of questions that we specifically want answered in that time frame that we can all feel comfortable with, so that the next time we have as much information as we can possibly get.
Yeah.
Does that make
So I
sense?
would still say this is my top one, but play by design definitely
Okay,
top two.
Cassie, what do you got?
Play by design's my top one, and Earthscape would be number two.
So pretty.
And that's the same for me. Play by design's number one and Earthscape's number two.
You, Michelle?
I'm gonna go with, what is this?
Recreational installations.
Recreational installations number 1. And then I'm gonna go with the turtles.
With play by
Crouch.
design.
No, that's
Oh,
crouch.
crouch.
Crouch turtles, to complement the, recreational installation, because I see that as kind of being because Earthscapes is my number 1.
Sure.
It's
See?
so
There.
But I look
Girl.
at this is kind of like
I even love this.
this with that, and then
Right.
the play by design, but not using the
Piecing it
community.
together.
It's like what you're saying, I don't want that. But I do love, like, this one here is like 210, which it takes our entire budget, I understand that. But, I think that's really, yeah, I think that really kind of is a compromise.
And do you have an opinion, Nina?
I do. I'm going to ask a couple of questions first, and the reason I'm going to say that is because of the opinions that you all just gave me based off why you chose the ones you chose. So, do you feel like community-based wise that our community specifically would rather us either have something done quicker and efficient, or have a statement or I think it's a bad word. Not trying to explain one or the other because I actually have no idea right now. Whether they like something quicker that is going to still tick all the boxes that we want, or would they like to have something that they would have actual input in that may take a little bit longer or a lot longer, depending on kind of what that means, so that it is something that they all had a specific say in. Because the things that here's what I will tell you, that I am recreational and I am play by design, both, and because I see both sides of it, right? I love the fact that the one is already preset, right? And what you're saying with the customer service, all that, I love all that aspect of it. I love that we have a pricing for it. I love that we could just move forward and do it. Play by design, the fact that I love is that it is community based, right? So they have the ability for them to come here and say, you want this, we made this based off of what every person who came into this building said that they wanted, and it was collaborative, so that whatever we're putting forward is community based, Kechi based off of that. However, that is going to take time and potentially more money, right? So I guess the question is to you all, because you are here to represent them. What do you feel like our community would want? Would put a higher value on?
More value, fiscally responsible type of, instead of throwing something to the air, which I feel like is more this play by design.
See,
I don't think that, I think that they would want something that's more, okay, so we know what it's going to cost,
Sure.
right? And I feel like we can get more for our money going with this than we can by this, because we're not gonna have to pay for someone to come down here, throw a party, pay for them to come down here and do the design and get with the community and do we're paying for all that.
Sure.
We're not having to pay for that here.
I personally think community input would be very wise. That way we know, no matter what we really end up going with.
Yeah.
I think community input is a necessity.
Well, yeah, you can have community input, but you don't have to necessarily pay someone from wherever they're at to come down here and throw a party and do all that.
So what if I say that my top two are those two, right? So I have recreational, so that we have one on either side, right? And I feel like those are both well represented based off the other ones that you had,
I feel
right?
like this is the same issue we ran into.
Well, no, but here's what I'm gonna say. Here's what I'm gonna say. Those are gonna be, that will be my pick, which actually breaks the tie for all of it. So
Down to Neva?
right, which I felt like was horribly unfair, but it's fine. I did it myself because I'm also, here's the one thing I will tell you. My hero spicy doesn't like to pick favorites. It likes to be situational, right? So I like to have all the information I can get. So I would like to say, and you can let me know if this is not how you all feel, I think we should move forward with talking to recreational and with, Play by Design. Those two, and I think what we need to do right now, and I'm gonna challenge you to do this and probably, just to be as concise as possible, let's go around and I want you to give me like 3 burning questions you've got that you want answered by these companies. Because I'm gonna task these two ladies to go back and get them for us, and that next week we can come together,
I'm off the hook.
right? There you go.
I brought us art and you let
So,
you know.
no. But here's what I think. I think that once we have these questions answered, because that could be one of the questions, how much personalization can we put into this? And we've gotten some things, and I would push you to send some of this to them and say, we've got these turtle designs that we really love. What do you have that's gonna fit that? Or what do you have that's gonna customize to that? And take them and challenge them, because again, if they want our money, they're working for us. So their job is to come back and fulfill the requests that we're making. If they can't, and they have to be honest about that, and then we can make our best decision based off the most information that we have, if that makes sense. So I'd like to go around, if you want to, what's easier, if you want to write down your questions, do you want to tell us out loud? What do you feel like is easiest for that?
So is this the only color selections they offer? Cause I'm just looking at the turtles, we went with that theme,
And that's a question we can ask,
Yep.
right?
that this doesn't really have anything that's,
Those are bright primary colors versus
Yeah.
those are not. I don't know.
And we can ask them that.
I hate those colors.
How dare you?
Well, now if you go outside and you look at the colors, those colors like at the, at some of the, like the flags and the thing, like, they're brighter than this. They're definitely brighter than that. That's
very muddy.
Yeah.
okay, that's not the right color.
So here's what I'm gonna do, so we don't start sliding off topic here really quick. So I wanna get you all out. I know we're already a little bit past. No, you're fine. I'm really bad at this too. So here's what I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna go around, I'm gonna tell you to give me 3 questions you have for recreational, really quickly, each person. If you don't have 3, that's okay too, but I wanna try to keep it 3 and under, if we can, based off the questions that you have for them. Okay? I'm gonna go the opposite way, because I started that way last time. Cheryl, what do you got?
So for recreational, what do you mean?
So what questions do you have that you feel like wasn't answered by recreational, that we can send back, that we can get answered?
Okay, so alright, so and maybe you answered this and I don't remember. So what is the warranty,
Got it? So warranty?
right? You already covered that. Did we cover, like, are there any extra, and maybe it's on our part, is there any other extra fees, any extra
Other costs that might come in? Okay.
that we need to know about?
And here's what I will say too, I think anybody can just probably chime in, that way I don't have to go one at a time. So if you have ones for recreational,
We need to know that,
Yeah.
whatever it is,
Yeah.
cause I don't know, we've never done a park before,
Sure,
we don't
yeah.
know, right?
like, I wanna
First
know
time.
average install time. So from the moment you have the
Right.
design, what's your average install time?
Okay.
That would be for both companies.
That would be.
Yeah, can we get it done before the first of the year?
Oh, Lord.
Oh my God.
That would be,
I don't
you
know.
never know. And some might, they might say, yeah, we already have a fabricator, we can bring it down and install it, but
Right,
we
some
don't
of
know.
the stuff
Install
like
time.
this stuff that they have, it maybe already basically kind of put together, you
Yeah.
know?
That would be probably a question for both as well.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna make it the list of all of our
Yeah,
questions,
you're
we'll see if there's
exactly
specific ones, yeah. So any other questions you have, just shout it out and I'll write it down, for either of them, really, at this
Okay,
point.
I have one for the
Yeah.
Play by Design.
Mhm.
Is there a process that we can do that's more like Earthscape, where you can just design, like us as a board design? We don't have to have the whole community. We don't have
Yeah.
to. They don't do that.
That's not how that's not their process.
Okay.
They're community input based.
Which I will say, I looked up and this was rather inspiring. Creative, connected, pleasantly unexpected.
That's right.
Which sounds a little more like Playboy Designs.
well, for me, this one here is just like out of the box generic, and I wanted something a little bit more unique.
Sure.
For,
It feels
And
a
that might
little
be
bit-
the thing of saying, you know, what can you do to make this more unique for us,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, so my questions for recreation installation would be about the colors and whether we can get things that are maybe closer to our colors, or if this is what they're set on, which is possible.
Mhm.
And then additionally, if they are capable of providing anything similar to the turtle climber that that Crouch, and they may have the same manufacturers available, I don't know. So because, Crouch.
Maybe what out of the box things do you offer for personalized?
I was gonna mention, so when I was talking with them about turtles, that's when they gave or presented the idea of incorporating it into our floor. Like,
Oh yeah, because they talk
Yeah.
about doing it in the
In the flooring.
if
Oh,
you-
yeah, cool.
yeah, there could be,
Love that.
I mean,
Could they do that
for sure, yeah.
into the floor?
I could do, yeah.
Probably.
Since they can't do that into our intersection,
Hey, that's a different meeting.
Stay on task. It's 7:30 and I haven't had dinner.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. I got my salads getting hot, my friend.
Too much
Ew.
to know about.
It's fine.
No, I love that, and that's I think asking more about customization stuff, I think, is one.
Which I think is the coolest, incorporation of turtles.
that's into the awnings of the,
Yeah, we can print things like that.
Yeah.
you know,
sun covers.
sun covers.
Would it be for, the companies, but it would be interesting
those
if
go
we
through
could
at
somehow
least
figure out a
the
way to
hard
ask the
pass.
community.
Yeah.
No.
If they,
They're
like,
not
what
canvas, they're
their,
hard plastic.
preference would be, are we more, do we want like instant gratification of having something that can be shipped and set up within a few months, or are we more,
See, my
are
thing
we
was,
okay with
my
waiting
thing was
for
like a
something that's better?
destination place, and this
Right.
looks more like a
Sure.
destination.
Like
And we
it
can-
reflects
Yeah.
our community, like,
And that might be something that we can explore, but I wanna keep you right here right now, cause I wanna finish this, just really quickly. What other questions do you have for either of these companies that you really want to have done? So Play by, I think we've got some that are gonna work for both. Is there one more specifically for Play by Design that you have?
What is the expectation of the person coming to like collect the information from the community?
Can you,
Like what type of like, how, are there any expectations for how we set up the venue or like how we?
Requirements, like we
Yeah.
have to have something this big, we have to have food, we
Yeah.
have to have all of these things.
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just wanna make sure I
No,
Yeah.
ask
yes,
the right
no,
questions.
absolutely, expertise. I'm gonna ask too if we can get a cost on that person coming, so what does the
Yeah.
design,
Yes, absolutely.
design amount cost?
I know when I talked to her, she mentioned lodging, but I don't know
I've
what.
got a tent, I have a really nice 6-person tent. I
I-
heard somebody has an RV somewhere.
Yeah.
it's taking up space.
I mean, if we go with
I
10, have a
think the
guest
B and
room
B
on that
thing
one.
is the best
Right.
idea.
Okay.
I think that
Any other ones specifically for Play by Design that you would like to have answered?
I will ask them as well about the turtle climber situation.
Yes.
I know they did talk about customization, but specifically whether
And I
that's
think
something they can.
what are we allowed to customize afterwards or during? Like if we wanna have somebody come in and paint a mural on the side of one or whatever, what does that look like? So I'm gonna write that under customization as well. Then we can read this, what we just made. It's like, well, no, like, cause you know, like some Play by Design has some bigger spaces and things like that too, so like they have the dragon and stuff. So if we wanted to have a local artist come in and paint something on there, do the colors ourselves instead of having them
Oh,
do
yeah.
that, is that a possibility? Do that and all that too.
I know that they
Here's-
did mention having local artists paint things, so
I wanna know too,
That is very, very cool to have them come and do, yeah.
I wanna know playground
have
minimum,
that.
so what is the minimum amount of money that they will work with somebody? So like if we did wanna do 2 people, right,
Uh-huh.
what's the minimum amount, that you require to do a project?
Okay.
Project cost. And then, will you install in a place with another person also doing an install, either before or after or during? Cause that could also make the difference, cause they may not say, they may say, you know, I don't like that someone's gonna come in after, what if they mess up a piece of my equipment or something like that, so we wanna know, are you willing to partner, with other people as well?
Well, and if we do, say, what is it, the Play by Design, if we do have artists come and they do a mural or whatever, what is the upkeep of something like that? Yeah.
And they may know that's whether that's even possible on the, plastic based stuff or not, whether it's
Right.
stick, all that kind of stuff, so I think having
Yeah.
that, would be some good follow-up. Anything else for Play by Design or recreational? Other questions you have for them? Okay, so here's gonna be the thing that's gonna probably be a little bit, just in general, time consuming, is are we okay to meet next Monday at 6 o'clock to just have this discussion?
I cannot, I have my grandson.
that's okay. Is there, or do we need, does it need to be Monday? Is there a different night that's better?
I could do next week up until Friday.
Okay.
I'll be out of town until, let's see, leave on Sunday through Thursday. I do have something planned Friday.
And we leave town Friday, so easy night.
Okay. If we can, here's what also might help us all. If it doesn't have to necessarily mean that we meet in person on that day, if you all can get everything together by Monday and send it out to all of us via email, so that we all have all the information, it just is gonna require you to be concise and have as much information as possible. And then can we commit to maybe that next Monday, all trying to meet?
The 11th?
The 11th, is that school? What's,
11th is next
God.
week, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I'm
The 18th.
not home.
no, that's okay. Or another day that week, the week of the 18th?
I could do another day that week.
I could do like Tuesday the 19th.
I'm free the 19th as well.
I'm good, 19.
Kristen?
Wife's calendar should be fine.
Michelle?
The 19th?
Yes, ma'am. Might have to stick my kids in the corner right there. That's
Yep,
okay.
I can do the 19th.
Yep, I can as well. So the 19th at 6 o'clock?
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday, August 19th at 6. Okay. Here's what I'm going to ask though. If they do send this stuff out and you have follow-up questions based off the information they give that you want to ask before we meet on the 19th, please do that in an email and send it to everyone, right? You have to make sure you communicate with everybody at the same time. So that if there's a follow-up that they need to reach back out or something, we can have that done so we have as much information by the 19th as possible. Now, here's what I will commit to doing, and I know it's probably not going to be to try to kind of talk about your question. I will put together, if it will let me, on the Facebook page, and see or ask Matt tomorrow to put on there a poll to just say, for the park, would you lean more towards this? It'll just going to be a yes or no. There won't be any comments, nothing else. It'll be, would you lean more towards, let's have something that's really nice and set quickly, or would you like to have something you have a lot of input in and it's customized? So I'll think of some general wording.
Pictures are a risk because then what if people?
Then what I don't want them to do is then go Google it and then start giving me opinions about the company and then suggesting other companies. So I feel like the only question that I have right now is, that I don't know for certain is, would they rather us just have something really nice, worth the effort and installed, or would you rather have something that you have a lot of say in that's gonna take us longer, as well?
A more custom.
And we
Oh,
also.
yeah. And I'll think of some good neutral ways to word that.
Everything can be customized.
Yeah.
Everything.
But more of like
But
input. I'm not thinking about
there's-
custom, more I'm talking about
there's
input.
still-
Would you like to have specific design input into it? So I'll try to think of like I said, a very general way of saying that. It's not. Yes, we're leaving.
No, we didn't.
We are still there. We're getting ready to leave though.
We didn't go over old business.
We're just. No, you're fine. We're getting ready to close out. Oh, that's okay. No problem. Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Okay. Matt said update on the bike thing. We just need to find out where you want to put it, and he will work with you guys on the agreement. They've got the okays. They just need to know where we want it.
So is the both about a Thomas question?
Well, I think he said that Thomas had said that it can go anywhere, so we just need to know, and I think we had talked about by the parking lot, so the best place, would be out there.
So do you guys like know where in the parking lot? I mean,
I'm gonna pull the map really fast of it, just a
I
second.
feel like.
Neva, I have a question. So you guys aren't discussing anything about your play equipment, not in open meeting, right?
Say that again?
So you guys are not gonna be discussing amongst yourselves?
Well, one, we're an advisory, we don't have to have open at all times, right? Cause we don't technically vote, we're actually do supply.
You cannot have more than a certain number of people talking to each other without that being
Right, so as we
open.
have our 3 and then all of us. Right, we don't have a time that's less than that.
No, she's saying with the emails, I think, but.
That's why we say it has to be everybody, right? So if you have a question, it has to be
Unless
everybody.
it's a subcommittee.
Right, like which is 3 or more.
Right, so you guys aren't gonna be discussing all between yourselves about play equipment, that has to be done in open
No, I don't
meeting.
think
No,
we'll
and
discuss, we're
that's
just
what
gonna
we're saying
share
is,
the
if they have a
information.
question, I ask them to email it back to them, right, and all of us, so that we all have that information, right? That was the first thing I said, just make sure if you're doing it, you email it to everybody, but then if you have a question, we need to send it back so they can answer that at the next meeting we're gonna have.
So they can only actually send it directly to that person, you can't send that back to everybody.
the park board on it, doesn't actually have anybody's stuff on it.
So it's not supposed to technically go to everybody
Right.
all at once.
Sorry, I misunderstood. I was trying to.
Yep, just don't want you guys to get caught on that.
Yes, the park, where to put the bike thing really fast.
It's so blurry.
It is so
Google
blurry.
Maps is terrible. My thought was like up in that area, but maybe that's not the most choice. Or like up there.
And also, it doesn't have to be decided today, so if we wanna wait and talk about that, we absolutely can.
I know, I just hate to leave the donor hanging. Why is yours clearer than mine?
Because, I don't know, Apple, I got nothing.
I have a Google.
My recommendation would be somewhere that's lit, so they have less likely ability to do something that's in pretty clear vision. I wouldn't recommend doing it back here by the trees.
Is there a
Potentially,
light right here?
I would potentially almost say by the exit on the park side.
I was thinking
Mhm.
like in here, like,
Oh.
but I don't, where were you thinking?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. So where the entrance is, so this is the entrance and exit to it, so potentially like right here.
Right by the sidewalk.
Yeah, by the sidewalk side and on that side, on the other side of where the fake fence is, right here.
What do you guys think?
You guys ready?
Fine with me.
So this is the entrance to be on this side, this corner.
That's
The
the
bike
way
road.
it's
As if you again, it's
Yeah.
accessible to anybody right
I
there.
think that corner right there.
By the sidewalk.
So it's visible to everybody, it's lit pretty
Yeah.
well.
But it's
Right.
kind of protected, you don't have to worry about somebody turning in.
And I don't want somebody hitting with their car, cause and that fence is right there, so that will help.
So it's not there by, right, so it's not there by the driveway.
No, it's on, yeah, I mean,
It's on the other
it's
side of the
on the other
sidewalk.
side of the sidewalk though. So it would be protected by the fence, if that makes sense, from somebody hitting it.
I
Sorry.
think that makes sense.
Okay. Moving on really fast, we did the new business, was what we just talked about. Staff report for Karen was just the comment about the fountain was replaced. If you haven't used it, go check it out, it's pretty nice,
My dog likes it.
right?
Is there a dog water?
There is. And the bush got yanked out.
Yes.
Saw that.
Love that, it's gone, okay?
Yay.
Bush by berm, nerm.
No more.
Push by the nerve.
By the nerve.
We're used Molly's word.
Confused, yes.
Nerve.
Okay, do I have a motion? Okay, just to confirm, right, we're gonna send everything out by next Monday, we're gonna meet again on the 19th at 6, we'll send a reminder. I just need a motion to adjourn,
I motion
and a
to
second.
adjourn.
Alex says get out.
I was like, okay.
Okay, perfect.
Debbie's
And
got it.
then, Kristen, could you please, type those and send those to Matt, your minutes? You don't have to type it if you don't want to, you can also just hand to him, if your handwriting is better.
Okay.
Whatever's easiest for you,
So
just, they'd have to go to Matt.
Take, he wants to see these notes?
Well, you don't have to give him like your handwritten notes.
Okay.
If you wanna just like type up a synopsis, what Karen usually does, she just types up a synopsis for us, sort of minutes
Meeting
Why
here.
of it, so.
Yeah.
On the 19th.
Well, we don't know
Wait
that
a
this
minute.
place is open.
Is there anything else?
She's our advisory person from the council.
No, because the
So if you
board,
see like her
the
minutes, she has like
commission's
right
on the
here.
first.
Okay.
As long as you give
Tuesday
him.
of the
Next
feedback.
week is a bad week for here, but the following week looks like it's mostly open for in here.
So I'll
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think